topic I frame it, equanimity, unwavering mind in Buddha view. It's one of the hardest things to do, that when life change, but your mind not follow the external factor. Great leader who have it more. Even the great leader cannot perfect it, because we are human being, we're not enlightened yet. When things come, it's not easy. So we will go not too fast today, and then we have some more time for discussion that how this thing really happened in our life. Last week we have the topic as mudita, sympathetic joy, and every week when we have a new topic, we will review a little bit so we can see how it's flow. Appreciative joy in Buddha view. And I mentioned that what is sympathetic joy? Joy in happiness and success of others. Why we need to know this? It happens all the time. Someone successful, someone not successful. And that we learn from the Buddha, we must have the best reaction toward those things. Yeah, if not, sometimes we will get some side effect. I told you that if we not let the joy come in, sometimes jealousy or comparison arising right away, and sometimes not a good feeling, a feeling of inferior or superior. It both not so healthy in both ways. That's why we need to learn wisdom. In the way that anything happen, we have the best reaction to keep our flow move upward, not move downward. Yeah. And I said that it's a pairing size of compassion. Compassion, someone in trouble, like a negative, and then you send your love. Sympathetic joy, something good happen, you send your love too. Not send hatred, not send judgment. No. how we do that? And then we discussed before, right? Beloved person is nice, but hated person, not easy that you will send love toward those people. So I quote from the 5th century monk named Buddha Gosa. He said 3 steps. When you meditate and you send mudita, start with beloved person first. It's easier. Then neutral person, someone maybe you don't know. And the last one, someone you don't like. Yeah, you send to them also. They might need it more than beloved person. They might need it that no one appreciate. So they kind of, children calling for attention. Look at me, look at me. Maybe, I cannot guarantee, but that's human nature. And I discussed that even someone you don't like, we need to practice being positive toward those people. Because in real life, no matter what arena, we need fair play and sportsmanship. In family, in education, in business. No one like the one try to do tricky thing to win. And even they win, finally, they will fall out. Yeah, you heard things happen with the WeWork right now? WeWork.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we need spiritual intelligence more. You know WeWork, right? The business. And right now they have an issue because it's the CEO himself, he's still young and very visionary, and then he convinced the Japanese billionaire who owns SoftBank to invest a lot. It turned out that he not so righteous in his work, so he bought very expensive $10 million penthouse in Manhattan, buying using some tricky loan in the name of WeWork. He was kicked out already, and WeWork tried to do IPO, like this is like the new unicorn. It doesn't go through because it's deficit. And it's turned out that even you are intelligent, if you are visionary, but you don't follow the rule, maybe it looks fast and then it becomes slow, right? I think it's go beyond just personal relationship, about good feeling, but how you act in the way that not caught yourself also into trouble. Because sometimes you, as I mentioned last time, one, we focus too much on winning, not on doing the right thing. It might hurt us, not too long, and the karma is just show up, not too long. And I share with you my personal experience about mudita, appreciative joy, versus depreciative skepticism. We call makha. When something happens and someone successful, and then you skeptic, maybe for good reason also, but your mind, if you compare that I'm superior or inferior, sometimes it's not healthy for your own development. If you are curious what I discussed last time, check Monk Burin on YouTube. You will see that I explained that it's so important to keep your state of mind happy and peaceful. Something will trigger, but practice to be positive and be realistic. What is good side, what is bad side, and act the way it should be done, not the way you were triggered to do. Because sometimes we're not in a good emotion or in a good ground to act right. So we went to metta, karuna, mudita, today upekha or equanimity. The basic explanation of equanimity is an unshakable balance of mind rooted in wisdom. That you are so wise in the way that when even a challenge comes, make you feel fearful, and with the wisdom, it shall pass. It's not forever, and not make the evil thing look even bigger. I try to keep it like that, and then how are we going to deal with it? Another explanation, which I will go into more detail, is an ability to maintain evenness of mind amidst the vicissitudes of life. Are you quite familiar with this term, vicissitude? When it changes, but how your mind will be calm and peaceful. Buddha talked about that vicissitude of life in the Dhamma called 8 worldly condition. I think at CMC, Alan quote that also later. The 4 pair of things happen all the time, and we need to be mindful. Today I will read from the actual quote in Pali Canon. It's from the book Anguttara Nikaya, and the reference is up there. Buddha said, monks, these 8 worldly conditions revolve around the world, and the world revolves around these 8 worldly conditions. What 8? Gain and loss, disrepute and fame, blame and pleasure, and pleasure and pain. Anything happen in the world, it revolves around this 8 condition. And he continued, gain and loss, disrepute and fame, blame and pleasure, and pleasure and pain. These conditions that people meet are impermanent, transient, and subject to change. It comes all the time, but boop, it will move on. We will discuss more that why sometimes it's not look like going, because attachment and detachment into that experience, the event is already gone. But there are some other factor that make it not look like impermanent if we not let go. We keep it by its own nature, it will change. But our mind is an important factor. We're gonna let it change, or we're gonna hold on. We're gonna discuss more into that. And in the last part, Buddha conclude. Okay. A wise A wise and mindful person. I love it, this one. A wise and mindful person knows them. If the wise man will, oh, okay, you come again, this four pair. A wise and mindful person know them and see that they are subject to change. Desirable condition don't excite his mind, nor is he repelled by undesirable conditions. If it's good, not too excited. And if it's bad, not too worried. Kind of. Yeah, this is what Buddha said, Anguttara Nikaya. Yeah, when I make it clearer on the slide, and you can see later, two sides, desirable condition one side, and undesirable one side is like a blue and red color, and you will see desirable one, gain, fame, blame, and press and pressure, right? Who like to have loss? Gain, right? We like it. Fame and disrepute, place, right? And then pleasure, and then the other side, undesirable one, loss, disrepute, blame, and pain. Oh, by human nature, this is desirable, and this is undesirable, right? It's quite clear. I mentioned it often, but I will repeat again because it's just matching with this one. It's an old Thai saying. When something good happens, you can smile, but not too big. So, when it turns bad, you will cry, but not too loud. This is the old Thai saying, like grandma, grandfather, when something good happen, and they laugh, they jump, and then the grandparents say, yeah, you can smile, not too big, calm down. If it turn bad, which it might happen, you cry, but not too loud, right? Because you are human, sometimes you feel sad, but not too much. In the way that you spend too long time indoors, too dramatic, and life is short. Let's get up, and then watch your face, anything, and then ready to go. How you gonna tackle it? With this condition, it seems like, something good happen, something bad happen. We need to be mindful. There's one video which will be shown. It's a story happened in the old day, which quite interesting. One old guy, he had his son, and one day in his farm, he raised a horse. His horse is gone. I'm not sure you heard about this thing. And then the neighbor come. Oh, it's very unfortunate. The horse is gone. I'm sad for you. And the old guy said, maybe. He said, maybe. It turned out that horse bring another 7 white horse back to the farm. It's gone, and then the white horse, the 7. And then the neighbor come again. Wow, congratulations! You have more horses. Wow, it's good. And then the old guy, he just chill. Maybe. Maybe. Then his son, like a teenager. Oh, I want to ride a horse. And then he ride a horse. White horse, not easy to tame. He fell from the horse. His leg broken. And the neighbor come. Oh, I'm so sad for you that your son get hurt. It's very unfortunate. He said, maybe. And the final shot. there's the war erupted in those areas. So the king just we need to recruit the young man to go to the war. They go to every house, and he saw his son lying down with a broken leg. So, he cannot go to the war. Broken leg. And the neighbor come to tell, you're so lucky, your son don't need to go. And he just smiled and said, maybe. The story ended like that.
Once upon a time, there was a Chinese farmer who lost a horse, ran away. And all the neighbors came round that evening and said, that's too bad. And he said, maybe. The next day, the horse came back and brought 7 wild horses with it. And all the neighbors came around and said, why, that's great, isn't it? And he said, maybe. The next day, his son was attempting to tame one of these horses and was riding it and was thrown and broke his leg. And all the neighbors came round in the evening and said, well, that's too bad, isn't it? And the farmer said, maybe. And the next day, the conscription officers came around looking for people for the army, and they rejected his son because he had a broken leg. And all the neighbors came round that evening and said, isn't that wonderful? And he said, maybe. The whole process of nature is an integrated process of immense complexity, and it is really impossible to tell whether anything that happens in it is good or bad, because you never know what will be the consequences of a misfortune, or you never know what will be the consequences of good fortune.
Beautiful story. I think this old man, be quiet, okay, quiet. This old man must be so seasoned in his life. He saw different things. He not too excited when something good happen, and he not feel too discouraged when something bad happen. I think it's a kind of the wisdom, right? We should have. When I have a talk with Professor Sack the other day at Rubin Museum, he quotes something from Aristotle with the term in Greek language. And he said, you cannot learn this in the book. It's through experience that you become wiser. No matter how hard some senior tried to tell you, and sometimes you didn't get it. Anyway, that you must experience it by yourself, and then I get it now, what my mother said, what my grandparents said. I'm not sure about it, but from experience, sometimes by listening, by practicing, we can see the stress, and we don't need to get burned to do not touch the fire. We can listen from someone get burned, and then, okay, I will avoid go to that area. Something like that. I think we learned quite a number from this horse thing, right? That in many situations in life, don't be too panic and don't be too excited. Be calm. I think this thing not quite common in America, that you're super excited about things, and passion is important. Sure, passion is important. When things turn good, passion is very powerful, but when things turn the opposite way, sometimes it's a challenge how you keep that passion continue without the real, deep conviction is hard, right? Steve Jobs said, you will give up, and then you will not get there. With this story, that thing happened, it looked like to keep our attitude right is important. Buddha talk about this, why bad thing happen, why good thing happen. And he said there's a principle called the law of karma, that there might be some external factor, but the internal factor, the energy we create, attract those conditions. And he put something simple: do good, good come to you; do bad, bad come. In the Bible, you reap what you sow, right? It's very simple message, but it's not so easy to do. You can imagine in the world of business and politics and everything, sometimes people focus on winning and get on that spot, whether it's good or bad, right? But Buddha said, no, you must be aware of this thing. And then he summarized, we call it a heart of Buddha teaching. What we need to do when it ups and down: do good, avoid bad, and purify the mind. Even the good time, the bad time, keep do good, avoid bad, and purify the mind, because the mind is the base of your speech, of your action. When your mind is calm and peaceful and wise, you can see clearly, this is good thing to do. This is, it get me more result, it make me faster, but it will come back in another ways or not. And at least one is bad, even no one's know, but you know. And that will kind of a bit skeptic, feeling like uncertain, if you kind of aware. But for the people who don't have principle at all, they might do it, and sometimes bad thing happen and they don't understand why this bad thing happened to me. They forget. Okay, I break it down into three steps. We always have step at the end. How we're gonna turn it alive? Equanimity. Number one, make a time. I will not say find a time. Make a time for daily meditation to achieve a calm and even mind. I will read three of them and then I will go on one. Number two, use equanimity as a balancing tool for loving kindness, compassion, and sympathetic joy. Explain more. And number three, practice calm and wise reaction. I say practice because from time to time you will see that today you become wiser or you become the other side. Practice calm and wise reaction, whether in desirable condition or undesirable condition. Okay, let's take a look one by one. Why? To cultivate equanimity, we need that time every day. Make a time for that daily shower to achieve calm and even mind. Imagine when you meditate, what comes to your mind? Is all happy or sometimes not happy? It's both, right? Even the desirable thing or undesirable thing, it takes you away from your peace of mind. I used to mention some funny example, like some ladies maybe walk past jewelry shop. Wow, so beautiful. It's not like a bad thing if we don't talk about consumerism, and it's just like a beautiful thing, right? And when you meditate and that beautiful jewel just keep coming, oh, my husband, we're gonna buy that for me or not, or with a guy, maybe you like sport a lot, soccer, American football, anything. You meditate, it's not bad, but it do not allow you to be there for your peace of mind. This is desirable thing. And then there will be some undesirable thing that you might find someone very offensive on a subway or anywhere, and then when you go meditate, oh, it keep coming. Why I'm so unfortunate? Why I need to meet with this situation? Desirable one, undesirable one. It take your presence from peace. Can you follow that? Every day when you meditate, you actually practicing equanimity. That it come, okay, the bird go somewhere else, you hungry, looking for some food, okay, you go. But I'm not available right now to be with you because I'm cultivating peace. I'm cultivating equanimity. If every day you will observe, the more you can let go and do not attach when you close your eyes. When you open your eyes, that state of mind is more prepared for that 8 worldly condition. You follow me? Yes, that's how we need a shower. Without that moment, we will be tricked by that magnetic gain and loss, place and blame, and it's so magnetic toward attachment reaction, or I don't want that reaction. But once you have that moment every day, you get used to when this thing happen in your meditation, you can handle it. When it happen in front of you, you will be able to handle it because you already know how to not let those things take your presence from your own peace and wisdom. Delicate, right? It's something to practice to see how daily meditation make me have more equanimity in dealing with things around. That's number one. Number two, how to use equanimity as a balancing tool for loving kindness, compassion, and sympathetic joy. Next week, the topic is about spiritual wisdom in daily life. I will show how these 4 things connected and will manifest in your daily life. We touch a little bit this week. Why we need equanimity is like the big brother kind of loving kindness, compassion, and sympathetic joy. Because of that condition, right? Gain and loss, place and blame, or sometimes you show your loving kindness and the response is not so loving. Oh, I want, parent, kids, husbands and wife, good friend who you think that, I can trust you because you are my long time good friend. But it's subject to change. That's what Buddha said. Because we ourselves, sometimes we cannot control ourselves to be nice and good and all the time. How we will expect it from someone else? Because we cannot do it, right? So, when you show your love and kindness and the response is not so loving, step back, equanimity. Be neutral. Not go too deep. I think I talked about this before, right? Loving kindness and equanimity. If you reach out your hand, they pull you down, release it. You not give up. I'll see you next time. I'm not powerful enough to handle it. So equanimity is like a big brother to take care. Okay, step back. Compassion too, right? Compassion, someone in trouble, and you think you're going to help this and that, and you find out later it's a lie. It's not real. You need to use equanimity and not be too emotional about it. My good action is my good action. No matter that person is good or bad. But my good action is good in its own essence. Right? But this thing happen. Do not let something negative turn you negative. because something negative is already gone. It might turn positive, it turn negative, we don't know. But that negative consciousness and not feel good to do good, it will be with you. So, compassion, be careful. If it turn good, happy. But if it turn the other way around, you need big brother, equanimity, to stay calm and see the reality. Okay, I will be more careful. I will be more aware next time, like a check more or, and with now with a lot of distorted technology, right? They have deepfake, they have, I think we need to be aware that how things come and so dangerous. But do not let those things make you don't want to act in goodness. Yeah. If you let the negativity thing, that's negativity win, because it can silence you, it can make you don't want to act in a good way. It's a bit delicate issue, but we discuss more Q&A. And the last one, sympathetic joy. Right? You happy, you're doing good. And if the reaction, it's not your business. Something like, wow, you feel discouraged that I feel good for you. Or sometimes they show like, thank you so much. But actually inside they don't care for some reason. Equanimity, we need that too. Like okay, this is worldly condition. This is pain. This is not good, but step back. I use the 3 buttons that we see all the time: play, pause, and stop. That equanimity is pause, not stop. Do not stop doing good. Do not stop being hopeful. Just pause. I will check how I do it better next time. How I turn it around in the way that I learn from it. And this is important. When something bad happens, do not blind eye. It makes you make another mistake again. Because Buddha didn't teach about be too optimistic. Be realistic. This thing happened. Okay, what I can learn in the high time. This thing happened in a low time. What I can learn. Yeah, and that's how you can use equanimity in a very powerful way. And last one, practice calm and wise reaction, whether in desirable condition or undesirable condition. From time to time, when you practice more, you feel so good that in this condition 5 years ago, it turned me crazy. In this similar condition, now I'm not that crazy. I'm kind of not feeling good, but not too dramatic about it. Instead of 1 month, now it's just 7 days. And then I get back to normal. And when you practice more and more, from 7 days now, 1 day, I feel okay already. And in some moment, it's calm, and you just have, okay, it's impermanent. Let's clean the glass. After finish this series, I have a lesson called the Art of Forgiveness. We will talk about this really, that why we need it so much, especially for ourselves. Sometimes we not forgive ourselves, and it keep us in the same dirty glass that cannot take the new thing. So clean the glass. Okay, it's gone, impermanent. Put something new, and do not let the past hold you back. Learn from it, but not let it hold you back, because the future is coming, and it's gonna pass, and we need to handle it the best way we can do. That how we can be happy, help someone along the way you can, and trigger some change in the world before we die, and that would make us ready to go anywhere, no matter what happens. Okay, that's it. Next week, it will be like the conclusion of this Dhamma series. Spiritual wisdom is spiritual wisdom in daily life. We're going to see all this loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, and equanimity in 24 hours. How we put it in that 24 hours, 7 days a week,